Welcome back. In this video, we are going to explore the stone game problem. It is a classic example of game theory and dynamic programming often found in coding interviews. Let's first understand the setup. We have two players, Alex and Lee. They are playing a game with several piles of stones arranged in a straight row. We are given an array of integers representing the number of stones in each pile. There are two important constraints. The number of piles is even, and the total number of stones across all piles is odd. This guarantees there are no ties. Alex always goes first. On each turn, a player can take one pile from either the far left end or the far right end of the row. The game continues until there are no piles left. The goal is simple: collect more stones than your opponent. We need to determine if Alex, assuming she plays optimally, can win the game. Let's look at a concrete example. Suppose we have piles with values 5, 3, 4, and 5. Alex starts. If she takes the left 5, Lee is left with 3, 4, 5. Lee will then play optimally to maximize his own score. The game proceeds turn by turn until all piles are gone. In this case, Alex can secure a total of 9 stones versus Lee's 8, winning the game. A common mistake is to think greedily. You might think, I should just always take the largest available pile. But look at this scenario. If you have 3, 100, 200, and 4. If Alex takes the 4 because it is bigger than 3, she exposes the 200 to Lee. Lee will happily take the 200, and Alex has lost. You must look ahead to win. We can model this as a zero-sum game. Alex wants to maximize the difference between her score and Lee's score. Lee wants to minimize this difference or maximize his own score. Effectively, on Alex's turn, she adds the pile value to the score difference. On Lee's turn, he subtracts the pile value. If the final result is positive, Alex wins. We can solve this recursively. We define a function, solve, that takes the start and end indices of the remaining piles. The current player chooses the max value between taking the left pile minus the opponent's best response or taking the right pile minus the opponent's best response. This explores the entire game tree. Because there are overlapping subproblems, we can optimize this with dynamic programming. We can use a 2D table where cell I, J represents the maximum score difference possible using piles from index I to J. We fill this table up, starting from single piles along the diagonal, expanding outwards to the full array. However, there is a secret to this specific version of the problem. Since the number of piles is even and the total stones are odd, Alex can mathematically guarantee a win. She can calculate the sum of all odd-indexed piles versus all even-indexed piles. Since she goes first, she can force the game to give her whichever set is larger. So, the optimal code is simply return true. To wrap up, the general solution for any number of piles requires dynamic programming with O of n squared complexity. However, for the specific constraints of the standard stone game problem, even piles, odd total, the answer is O of 1. Alex always wins. Understanding both approaches shows you know the theory and the trick.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.